You know what's the harshest thing about this world? It's not falling down. It's when no one reaches out to pull you back up. It's not failing. It's not even losing everything. It's not knowing why you're alive in the first place. In 1946, Vienna was in ruins, streets lined with broken bricks, air still heavy with the echoes of war. But in a freezing little theater with no heat, no comfort, a man who had just walked out of a Nazi concentration camp stepped onto the stage. He was thin, fragile, looked like a gust of wind could knock him over, but his voice steady, sharp, unshaken. He said, yes, life is still worth saying yes to. Not because life is easy, not because it's fair, not because it's gentle, but because you're still here, still breathing. Here's the truth. We're not alive to avoid pain. We're here to give pain meaning. It's not pain that breaks you. It's the story you tell yourself about that pain. Most people live under a lie. They think success comes from luck, from family, from money. Wrong. What truly defines your life is the attitude you choose when you've hit rock bottom. You can lose everything, but if you still have direction, you have power. That direction, it's called belief. Belief isn't just some feel-good quote on Instagram. It's not you chanting positive mantras in the mirror. Real belief is what holds you together at 3 a.m. when you're falling apart, alone. Ever seen The Shawshank Redemption? Andy didn't wait for hope. He created it. One tiny hammer, one brick at a time. 19 years. It wasn't hope that made him act. It was action that gave birth to hope. Successful people don't wait until they feel like it. They act because they must, because they know what they're here to do. Do you even know who you are? Do you know why you are alive? If you don't, the world will tell you who to be. You'll fall into someone else's script, get pulled by everyone's opinions but your own. And one day you'll wake up wondering whose life you've been living. This world is loud, too much noise, too many voices, too little purpose. You need to pause. Ask yourself, what kind of life do I actually want? What am I willing to give up for it? Am I ready to walk that path even if no one claps for me, no one gets me? This is not some cheesy motivational talk. This is the crossroads. You want freedom. Real freedom isn't doing whatever you want. It's knowing exactly what needs to be done and doing it. Freedom comes from discipline, and real strength comes from owning your own life. You envy people with success, with wealth, with clarity, but you didn't see them getting up at 5 a.m., working on their craft at midnight, reading, sweating, building, falling, getting back up again and again. They weren't born extraordinary. They just did what others quit doing every damn day. You think they started ahead, but maybe they just never stopped. And you've been on pause for 10 years. This right here, this is your restart button. Stop making excuses. Your trauma, your past, your family, your failures, they are not reasons to give up. They are your fuel. Remember this, life doesn't punish or reward. It just responds to the path you choose. The longer you wait, the heavier the price. The sooner you move, the sooner life moves with you. Yes, you can change, not when the world changes, not when someone finally sees your worth, but when you finally stand the hell up, even if no one claps, even if no one notices, even if it's just you in the dark choosing to keep going. You must write your own script. Nobody else can. Not your parents, not your boss, not society, not fate. Only you, your beliefs, your values, your vision, your action. Life doesn't send you a memo saying you're ready now. It just keeps moving. So from today on, don't ask what life can give you. Ask what you can bring to life. Not everyone will live a great life, but anyone can live a meaningful one. Even if you're in ruins, even if life's beaten the hell out of you, even if you're bruised, bent, and barely breathing, you still have the power to say, Yes, I'm still here. So now what? You've heard the voice inside you say, enough. Enough waiting, enough playing small, enough living for someone else's story. Now comes the hardest part, doing it alone. Because yes, there will be days where no one claps. There will be nights when your hands shake and your heart wants to give in. There will be months of silence with no signs, no results, no applause. And that's when the question hits, is this worth it? And the answer is yes. Yes, it's worth it. Because your future self is waiting on the other side. The version of you that finally kept a promise to yourself. The version of you that didn't cave to pressure, didn't fold in the face of pain. The one that didn't settle. But you don't get to meet that version by chance. You earn it with late nights, early mornings, tough choices, silent sacrifices. You want success? Success is inconvenient. It interrupts your comfort. It demands obsession. It crushes ego. The truth is, greatness is boring most days. It's repetition. It's structure. It's showing up especially when you don't want to. No, you won't always feel motivated. That's a lie. Motivation is a spark. Discipline is the fire. Discipline is what you fall back on when your emotions betray you. When you're tired, angry, empty, discipline says, we still show up. That's how people change. Not by dreaming, but by doing. You can read every book, quote every guru, follow every influencer. But if you don't act, you don't evolve. So stop planning your comeback. Start building it. The world doesn't need another perfect image. It needs more real people who rise with scars, with broken parts, with dirt under their nails. People who failed forward. Don't wait for confidence. Build it. Confidence is the reward for doing the hard thing. Scared. And don't you dare give me that it's too late excuse. Colonel Sanders started KFC at 65. Ray Kroc built McDonald's in his 50s. Morgan Freeman didn't get his big break until 52. It's only too late when you're dead. As long as you're breathing, time is still on your side. So rebuild, reinvent, reclaim your fire. Say yes to discomfort, yes to growth, yes to the process. And when it hurts, and it will hurt, look it in the eye and say, I'm not here to escape pain. I'm here to give it meaning. Because the ones who create impact, they're not always the smartest, the richest, or the most talented. They're the ones who refuse to quit. You want a powerful life? Say yes to it, fully, relentlessly, loudly. Don't just exist. Don't just cope. Don't just survive. Say yes to life, no matter how dark, no matter how uncertain, no matter how painful. Say yes and start walking.